It's the Cable
Crafted mug. Hello, Black Lotus. How you doing? Oh, I still have the stip up. Let's get that down. So we went 2-1. I guess evens win, huh? If we'd 3-0'd or 1-2'd, then odds would have won. All right, Lotus, how you doing? Am I sure I want to take Lotus over Atali? Yeah, I'm sure. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Zodiac Brave, thanks to 74 months. And Real Wrinkler thinks the sub thinks to 48 months. Yeah, let's fucking go, huh? I think I'm gonna grab this Narset. Kind of a mean thing to play off a Lotus, huh? And the Narset can help find the Lotus, and it'll be easier to Narset plus draw 7 in the same turn with the Black Lotus. I'm gonna pour myself a nice mug of scotch here. That's what you usually drink scotch out of, right? A mug. It is at least a fancy mug. Oh, yeah, I don't know about this pack. Maybe Barrowgoyf. I don't need a Barrowgoyf. Pack 1, pick 1. I think I would take Philly over it. With the Narset here, I think I'm more likely to want to be in blue-black. Maybe get like Orcs or Shielded with draw 7s. Is the dream, I guess. I think I'm just taking Brazen Borrower here. Totally reasonable card, huh? For whatever reason, that Relic of Sauron's kind of tempting, too. Mind Twist gets a little bit better with some fast mana. The Dugan's been really impressive. Been really impressing me. Kind of makes me wish I'd grabbed the 4-mana rock. Yeah, give me Ugin. This is a Tarpent. I think so. I think you just take the duel. Some good cards here, though. The Thirst and the Thunder Trap. All right. Huh. I don't love him to Turok. Could be the pickup. Skydiver's a good sideboard card. I think I'm just going to take Odawara. Old Dark Slick action. Could be a good Doomsday start, huh? Sad to pass Cryptic Command, but you're not going to take Cryptic Command over fixing. I'm not going to. I don't think we're really a Cannoneer deck. What with having exactly one artifact. I could see playing Urza's Saga Lava Spur Boots. If we found an Urza's Saga, we have the Lotus to shoot her up already. I could see that being good. Don't love Coalition Relic. Don't love Liliana either. Gets a little bit better with the Lotus, maybe. Shorkai is legit good. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Warden. Thanks to the Sob in 17 months. Yeah, it looks like artifacts would have worked out. Not really sure what we're doing here. I guess draft an Echo, huh? Echo Narset. Note that draw 7s don't play particularly well with Barrowgoyf. They do reset the power and toughness. I typically avoid therapy terms in casual parlance, Oil Boy. Because they can mean, like, serious things, and then they lose their effectiveness for the serious things. I don't know when the most mad I've been at Twitch chat is. Yeah, I'm just going to take the Underground Sea. I want the Toxic Deluge. We're getting, like, kind of, like, controlling, and it could shore up some weaknesses for us, but certainly not going to pass a duel. What would make me the most mad? I don't know. Usually when I get mad, it's not like one thing. It's like a combination of things. How'd the Naya deck do? I think it went 2-1. The even odd step. Welcome back, Grants. Hey, Phoenix. How you doing? Kind of thinking about this jewel. Maybe that could do something for me. Yeah, Academy and Workshop some. Leopold's another anti-draw for the Echo, but then you have to add another color to the mana base. I kind of want Trinket Mage, huh? Just grab Trinket Mage for the Black Lotus. Snuff Out would be my first draw spell. Maybe that's where it's at. So the Thoughtseize is tempting. We're actually going to grab this Displacer Kitten, because we do have a Coveted Jewel for it. The Artifact 2-3, the combos with Monolith is going around. We're thinking about, but not quite good enough here. Looking at Troll, looking at Sensei's Divoting Top. Top and Kitten is kind of cool. What's the drunkest that I've been on stream in 2025? Oh, I don't know. I think I've been, like, actually drunk a couple times. Any day where the stream title is Day Drinking and Forcing Mono Red, I've gotten a little toasted. Those are all probably tied. What's the most bricked that I've been on stream this week? Bricked. What does that mean? Does that just mean messed up? I haven't really been. Yeah, Memory and Jar and Narset isn't like really a combo, but I am playing towards draw 7s. Hey, the Toxic came back. Nice. Yeah, I think that really adds something to the deck. I guess I'm just trapped in this counterspell, huh? Oh, I don't mind, Eric. I might mind if I was, like, already mad, though. If I was already, in a funk. Then that, I could see that sort of question bothering me. My skin thickness level definitely relates very much to, like, my general mood. So on days when I'm already kind of down, I can feel kind of thin-skinned. But most of the time, I don't think that's my weakness as a streamer. This is an interesting fucking pack, huh? Because Dark Ritual and Ancient Tomb could both work towards our top end. But there's also, like, Mana Leak that could help slow down the opponent. Yeah, shit, Oh, wow, that's a really good Force of Will. It's a good Undercity Sewers, too, but I'm going to take the Force of Will here. I think it's going to do some good things for me. Planisphere seems fine. Thinking about Malcolm, thinking about Grief. Ooh, Voidwalker. Actually great here. Made me feel better about investing all those picks into the mana base earlier, too. Interesting. So there's Crab, which is a very fun one to blink with Kitten. And Force of Negation. Let's get this Crab in here. Good way to sack the Coveted Jewel, too. Play the Coveted Jewel, tap it, sack it to Crab. Currently, we're going to need at least one cut. Wow, Ponder Wheel. Could take the Harvester as a removal spell. I'm going to throw the Soul Cauldron in the sideboard. A little anti-graveyard business. I had the Witch for Chain. Sure, could have done that. Yeah, I like the Baragwave and Voidwalker crewing Bronco. Got some zesty ones to reveal, too. But I can see cutting these. One cool thing about the Overlord is it can find the Narset. We just have, like, kind of a low creature count. It does grow the Baragwave. It could mill the Echo. But in general, I think it's, like, not quite there. Pretty close to an Emery deck. I think we would have ended up being better if we'd done the Artifact thing. Would have had Academy, Workshops, would have had Emery Black Lotus. Oh well, I draft Artifacts often enough. We still need at least one cut here. It's probably going to be Shinobi. We do have a couple of flyers, though. Yeah, we have enough flyers for Shinobi. I think the Shinobi stays. Oh, if you count the Black Lotus like a land, we're actually just good. I think that makes sense, right? We have a Dark Ritual and a Black Lotus here. I think you just, like, assume you have another mana source then. Gonna even up the sources. We do have an Odawara in blue. We have a double black card as well. You wish they would put another shadow creature in the cube so Voidwalker wouldn't be lonely. Voidwalker gets blocked sometimes, usually when your opponent clones it. Yeah, I think this is a Maul. We can, like, play these cards, but then we don't have any black mana whatsoever. I'm rethinking about it. Yeah, I'll keep it. We got, like, the Malcolm to maybe loot and the Shinobi to put into play. That's got flash, so I can hold it and counterspell up on too. It's kind of nice. Right? Yeah, the werewolf, I think, is actually the most fucked up of them, of the 2-mana looters. Sometimes you just lose to it, right? It's just like a little single card monarchy. This tracker is a bit of an issue. Day Knight is an abomination. Yeah, that's the biggest knock against it. I do like it much better on Magic Online, where it keeps track of it for you. I was going to be in the Planisphere, and I was like, wait a minute. That's kind of the perfect card to pitch to this Force of Will, huh? Auto yield all of the fucking tracker triggers. Gonna counter just about anything there. Alright, Shinobi. Yeah, you got some work cut out for you. Prime Time? Prime Time's pretty sick. That's not a bad one. Oh, mama. Just get Tar Pit, Darksling. Now all of a sudden we're very close to casting the Zugin Hum. I don't think that's true, Armorank. That Day and Night is easy to track in paper. The fact that you have to keep on keeping track of it after the creature dies in case it might get reanimated at a later point in the game. Asinine. Very fucking asinine. Just block, take the trade. I think I'm cool with that. Yeah, sure. I will attempt to Force of Will. I will successfully Force of Will. Oh, I hope we get whatever they were trying to natural order for. It's pretty sick. Just like, yeah, I'm just rebuy Force here. Oh man, that game played out so well. That was a very satisfying game from my end. Y'all enjoy that? I fucking enjoyed that. That was good shit. I'll just play all your shit. Yeah, right, Master Mike. At least with Storm, like it's all contained within that turn. It's like typically easy to backtrack. I'm gonna shuffle this, I think. Well, no, I'm not. I just think this subtlety is good against them. You're just supposed to Brazen Borrow the Noble Hack and earmark the Urtai for bouncing things. Imagine if they tried to play Primetime here, So we could attempt to crab. They are showing some blue mana. Yeah, I could have cracked the Black Lotus, even if it's just to spin the top there. I decided it was better to leave it underneath the Leyline Binding, because I wanted to use the Brazen Bar or bounce as a weird ritual later, which I could see happening. Cracking the Lotus to play Urtai didn't really make much sense to me. Yeah, with the Binding Grab and the Black Lotus, they are going to get to successfully Natural Order here. Hopefully it's not too nasty, Torsten, sure. Will they get... Not Tamio, right? Yeah, just creatures and lands. Not amazing. Not too worried about this Torsten, because we can just, Brazen Bar or bounce it next turn. Stip Culture has died down a bit. Oh, it's died down a lot, yeah. Spin for land. Could have done. I want to spin on their end of turn. Maybe you have to respond to something and spin for a Force of Will. Ace up, Robo Clock. Got me. Could have done that too if we had land. Yeah, but if you whiff on a land, then you can't spin in response. I think what we're going to be doing is Urtai countering the Omnath. I probably want to spin on my upkeep here. This Mana Crypt's been pretty good for them. Yeah, ideally with top, you get to keep floating lands. You don't want to draw this island for turn if you can avoid it. Want to keep floating lands when you have a Courser out. Opponent's seriously considering if they want to keep serving with Torsten. Opponent deep in the tank. We know they have a Bill, at least for playables. Bristly Bill. 4 mana. They're warping it instead of casting it. Interesting. I wonder if that was intentional. Oh, so they can play the Bill this turn? Okay, I guess. Well, they are certainly forcing me to chump here. Put them down to 3. That's pretty good. Pretty good when they got a Mana Crypt in play. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, there's some logic to Brazen Borrowing the Torsten on my turn, so if they are playing counters, they don't get to, like, Mana Link me or something. I think there's just too much upside. They just, like, for one, they haven't shown us a counter this whole time. For two, there's so much upside to, like, them committing to the Might Form play. And that way, they can't just, like, slam the Torsten as a big old blocker. Oh, shit. They just shocked. Hello from Amsterdam. Hello to Amsterdam. Hope you're having a good one, Pockets. Did I play Paper Magic? Huh? When? I started playing Paper Magic when I was 10 years old. What was my first set? The first booster I ever bought was 5th edition, but I don't think it was the newest one at the time. It was just like a set that I found in the there was a gas station in town that sold booster packs, and that was the only place. Apparently some of the older kids had pestered them to put it on the shelves. You hope the booster was gas? It was Pox, and there wasn't like a rarity symbol, so I didn't know it was the rare or whatever. I was like trying to read this card. Not the best first rare, I gotta say. Would have much been better with some stupid dragon there. Did I ever get into the starter sets? What do you mean by the starter sets? Are you talking about like alpha beta stuff? I've certainly had my fair share of alpha and beta cards. Oh my god, this Force of Will. Let's exile my Echo. Incredible. Yeah, I didn't get into, like, I didn't have any, like, alpha and beta cards when I was, like, very small. Because it's just, like, not what the other kids had and stuff. But when I was a teenager, they were, like, semi-accessible. When I first became aware of their existence, alpha cards were actually still a little bit cheaper than beta cards. There was a while where the different corners mattered for tournament play. Because you had to play tournament Magic unsleeved. So there was a period in time when alpha was cheaper than beta. I was like kind of surprised when I found out that wasn't the case anymore. I wonder if I want Soul Cauldron. I don't think so. I'm just gonna jam this again. You could have bought crappy boxes back in the day, right? When I was a kid, I actually like saved up my lawn mowing money, and I was like really hemming and hawing on what to spend it on. I either wanted to buy like a new drum set, like an actual like decent drum set, because that was like in the price range, the $400 $500 price range, because I'd been saving up my lawn mowing money for a while, right? Or I could buy a Black Lotus for that price, and I knew that a Black Lotus would be like more of a financial investment, and I like wouldn't fucking use it ever. I would just like put it in a box and it would chill for a while. Anyway, now I have bad wrists. In actuality, though, it was probably very good that I bought that drum set. Might still be a virgin to this day. And based on my high school experience, I assume that if I had a Black Lotus, I eventually would have just sold it to buy drugs or something. So it's not like I would like have made good on that investment. Hey, quick rhyme. Thanks to 24 months there. The 2 years. Slamming the Coalition Relic to try and play the Crab next turn makes some kind of sense. And I guess we know that they're holding up Memory Lapse. Oh, I've done that too, Van Wedge. I remember when Tarmogoyf came out, I'd actually been testing it online. Not on Magic Online, but just like, proxies and such. Jamming games with friends and stuff. And I knew that it was good enough for Legacy, just from playing games. And when it was first released, people were treating it like it was like a $5 bill. And I was like, this card's so much better than this. And so I just like filled up binder pages, trading for them at this random Grand Prix that I went to. And I was all excited. And then the price started going up. I was like, yeah. And when the price hit $20, I got rid of all of them, and I felt like a fucking genius. I'm like, I'm the smartest motherfucker alive. And at the time, $20 was like about as expensive as cards got. I think that was like pre-Mythic. I think Tarmogoyf was in like one of the first sets where like Mythics were a thing. And back in the day, like $20 was like a dual land or a Wrath of God, or it was like it was just like the peak that people wanted to spend on a random Magic card that wasn't like a piece of power or something. Anyway, the Tarmogoyfs went up to like 120 or something like that. And I was just like, oh shit, I'm a dumbass. Just went up and up and up and up. $20 duels, yeah. Yeah, that little same GP that I traded for all those Goyfs at 5s, I actually did trade for some duels at 20s. And then one Underground Sea I traded for at higher because it was unlimited. I think that was like 30 or 40 bucks. Buy high, never sell. Yeah. I do regret not buying Mox Diamonds. The thing was, when I was getting into Legacy and stuff, I thought Mox Diamond was a bad card. I thought it was like overvalued at $40. I didn't really realize that they would just like never get reprinted. I didn't have like a good working conception of the reserve list and such. Actually, do you think they let Memory Coveted Jewel resolve because then they can steal it? Probably not. It's a little bit better to play the Memory Jar here and get that one Memory Lapse, because then I can charge up my Relic here. We're like the same life total. I don't think I could care less about Rudy from Alpha Products, hoarding sealed products. I don't know why you would imagine that I would care about that. Shlump. Some cards, huh? Let's get this Jace. Although Fatal Push on the Bob is like kind of clean. I mean, the Jace is just drawing cards anyway. I guess I'm supposed to mill myself. Oh yeah, they have Echo in their deck, huh? They could just take 6 from a Bob trigger. They didn't, they hit a land. You remember the first Magic card you thought was OP was Royal Assassin? Oh yeah, Royal Assassin was fucking nuts back in the day. Kind of interested in where this game goes, huh? They had that Bob out for so long. I mean, if you let this resolve, they mill 2, go to 12 in their library. Jace can mill them 2 down to 10. Crack Jar, they're down to 3 cards. I don't know. I do kind of wonder if this Jace should be targeting them. Oh, they're going to Tidebinder, the Subtlety. Cute. They do have a redraw in their deck. They do have a reshuffle, so might not be super easy to deck them, actually. Yeah, there's the Echo in the bin right there. Well, that can also help you cast a Force of Will, Or I guess I want to crack it now, huh? Because of the DAC. Just crack it for the Toxic. Pass turn. Feels counterintuitive to crack the Black Lotus when you don't have to. Usually you want to like save it because it could be temporary mana, but yeah. Certainly want to keep that DAC fade in mind. Good ass Toxic Deluge. I was so happy when then Toxic wheeled. This deck would be so much worse without a sweeper. Oops. Yeah, get your loot on. Do 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 do. I mean, Memory Jar is pretty lethal, right? Make them draw their 7. They don't get a chance to flashback the Echo. They die on their draw step. Yeah, this remix of the Crazy Frog is kind of understated, Yeah, and with the Force Will backup, feels pretty good. Hell yeah. You'll be dragging JRC to Misty at opening time on Wednesday with your Top Gun cube? Hell yeah. Didn't I go with y'all for the opening last year? That was kind of fun. Those crazy early day drafters. Well, that seems bad for me. We do have an answer or two to this troll, but not very many. Not a ton of answers to that. Brazen Bar would be a good one. Guess I'll play this thing. Noted Simoldanoka. I'll keep that in mind. Is Odawara here to save my ass? I kind of have to play the Relic to have enough mana for Odawara next turn. It's unfortunate. I would have loved to counter that Epiphany. Eight me down to six lives. Oh, they're ninjaing. I can't fucking subtlety that. Do we let them connect or not? We'll be taking 12 down to 2 is the issue. I think this is just like a scoop thing. Alright, I'm going to get Snuff out of here. I'm going to get Cauldron in here. Those seem like some good-ass shifts, against the Black Creature Reanimator deck. Huh. I think we can do better. Oh, hey. We did better. This hand would have been so much better last game, when they were just making a troll on Tomb. They pay 6 life, we just like bounce it. Well, they took the Black Lotus. That's interesting. Black Lotus wasn't really doing much. It was just gonna let me, it's gonna be essentially be a blue card for the Force of Will, and just letting me pay 5 for it. Well, I guess I would have been good with that one. Or Relic into it. Then we need to play something EOT. I wonder if it's that makes a 1/1's card, The reason you wouldn't play the Lotus is if you want them to take the Lotus, Real Milkman. That's why I said I was surprised they took it. It wasn't really doing much for my hand. If it's incorrect for them to take the Lotus, you shouldn't run it out. Give them a chance to make the mistake, right? It's nice that you've been listening to me, though. That feels good. Oh shit, what up? Hey, BSP4, thanks for the sub, thanks for 15 months. It's weird. I kind of want... they're leaving a mana out. I wonder if that's for Spell Pierce. I'm just worried about that ninja again. Maybe I shouldn't beam. I guess the mana could be left up for Reanimate. One awkward thing about the Epiphany is it does make this Jewel a lot worse. Okay, they just discarded 2 Chonkers. And thoughts on Multiversal Passage? I think it's solid. Thinking about playing one in my standard RCQ I have on Saturday. Let's go for the greedy play. Yeah, not quite enough mana to run out the kitten. But we do have Kitten and Jewel here, and that is mighty exciting. Hopefully we can pull it off. And they know about the Force of Will. Ugin could have played the Kitten, but then you don't have any spells after the Kitten anyway. Awesome. To game 3 we go. Game 3 of the finals. What's more hype than that, huh? What's more hype than that? Game 3 of the finals while sipping on delicious scotch? Would that be more hype? Oh, that's pretty hype. That's pretty... I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty hype. Oh, man. The deck fucking rules, too. They got some real nasty critters to reanimate. Hopefully I can just get a nice Force of Will, Voidwalker, Soul Cauldron game against them, gum up their plans. That game worked out pretty well. I wonder if they regret taking the Black Lotus with their duress or Thoughtseize or whatever it was and leaving the Force of Will. Force of Will ended up winning the game. This deck's not fun to play against. Poor opponent. Yeah. I mean, they also have the 5/4 ninja that steals your opponent's shit. I don't think either of these decks are fun to play against. Oh, it's Grief. Sure. Thanks, Fluffy Face. Well, kind of hoping we don't get griefed here. This is certainly a hand where we're playing the Black Lotus out, So we can rep that time. Opponent does have a great username. We have played several times over the years. Very recognizable. Also one of those cube freaks. I don't just want to counter that, do I? I don't think so. Yeah, we're gonna let that happen. Annoying. So far, regretting not countering this Globin. Hello. Yeah, you got it. I could respond by cracking it to Urtai kill the Jace. I think this is just fine, though. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Drinker of Sorrow. Things 109 months. Appreciate it. Yeah, right? What you got, opponent? What do you want to do? I feel like this Soul Cauldron is the fucking worst. They're just upticking. They're just upticking the Jace. Fuck. I really wanted to hit a land there. Oh yeah, I was planning on flashing in something so I could ninja. Finding a land off the spin would have been nice, because then you just play Ugin, just start exiling everything. We would tap the top here, draw land, crack Lotus, play Ugin, use Ugin for mana, replay top, exile both cards. Would have been pleasant. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know whether I should be activating the Soul Cauldron on their end of turn. Could end up pretty awkward if they've got Necromancy in particular, because then they can instant speed the Tyrant to the Torsten. Gives me too much to deal with. I kind of want to use this Urtai. So I'm actually using that black mana floating. Not a good spot, huh? Not a good spot to be in. I'm playing blue-black Endo Jackson. It's a brew, though. I might jam some games tomorrow night. Get in the rhythm of it before the RCQ. Yeah, you can't just let this downtick happen, because the time walk with the Gobin is like a little close to just killing you. It does mean that we would have a time walk under Voidwalker. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Commander Door, thanks for the sub, thanks for 56 months there. Yeah, much love, Commander Door. Oh fuck, we got some gifted subs. Congratulations to Don't Eat Yellow Snowboy, Slothus Enormous, 27274, United by Pace, Todd Winner 7. Congrats, folks. Thanks, Commander Door. Mighty kind, mighty generous. Cheers. Does the Voidwalker work? No, it needs to be exiled with the Voidwalker. You see how these cards have counters on them? That's the Voidwalker keeping track of what it has specifically exiled. Whereas the Soul Cauldron is exiled the Time Walk. There's no counter on it, right? You can't Voidwalker that one out. Opponent sneaking a Snap Recall in, sure. Yeah, if I'd done the Soul Cauldron at their end of turn, I wonder if they would have Snap Recalled then. And then they wouldn't have had Sink into Stupor up on my turn. So I'm drawing Narset over here, You think it's super impressive that I'm halfway through the year? Yeah, what's the halfway point, It'd be 150 plus 32. 182, 183. Great. Wow, wow, wow. Probably gonna have to sack this Voidwalker to cast this Sink into Stupor and bounce the Gobin. But even then, I'm like pretty close to dead to the Snapcaster Mage. Oh, they might be thinking about clearing the Narset. Nice. Wondering if I should spin first. I think I'm gonna draw first and then spin. Look one card deeper towards like Brazen Borrower. The issue is we bounce the troll and they just, like, recast it. It's not much I can do about it, though, huh? I might just be fucking dead here. I can sack the Voidwalker to sink into Stupor the Troll, but then we eat 7. And I go to 1. I counterspell the Troll on the way back down. And then I borrower this, but then, like, the Snapcaster just kills me. Yeah, I don't really see a line. We were so close to again, right? We were like 1 mana away that turn. I think, yeah, I don't know. And here, like, they tag me down to 6, and if they play out both, if I could somehow draw that Toxic Deluge, but I can't, I'm going to draw top, and then it's going to cost a mana. Maybe I've done the stupid top trick. Then I have exactly enough life to stabilize here. Obviously, we didn't know what we were going to spin into, though. And if you do the top trick, and then, like, the fucking Brazen Bar is not on top of your library, it doesn't make any sense. Fuck, and there's the fucking land, GG's.